Good morning, Cowboys Nation. Hopefully, you guys had a good evening. Hopefully, a lot of you guys checked out that show last night, man. It was awesome to get Mark Holmes in there hanging out with Kelly and I, talking some Cowboys and mixing it up. Chat was definitely hopping. So if you guys missed it, make sure guys go check it out. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you take a moment, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We got a lot of great interviews coming up. We got Crawford Kerr coming up. We've got Sherman Williams coming up. A lot of former Cowboys. That's what I like to do. Interview them. I love the retired players because they got no filter. They don't really care. They're going to say what it's all about. So, and again, we bring the Super Bowl champions back to the cave because we seem to be having trouble creating some, in the last 3 decades. So, anyway, hopefully you guys do enjoy that. But make sure you hit that subscribe. And again, appreciate all the support. But, the thing that was definitely pressing or you could, I guess, feel is, boy, some people just don't like Dak Prescott. And, I get it. I get the frustration. I get he's not going to take us to the promised land. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. It's hard to believe that a quarterback that's probably arguably top 7 in the NFL today, a fan base would want to kind of get rid of him and start over. But the Cowboys, if we're being honest, we're in a tough spot because you have Dak Prescott who's there, but he hasn't been able to get us here. So do you continue to stay here if you don't think you can get to there? Or do you try and add some more pieces around him to see if you can elevate the team up there? Or do you just kind of get another quarterback and start over? And that's the dilemma I think the Cowboys are in right now because, when you get these quarterbacks that are on their second and third contract, they demand a lot of money. And it's a lot of investment. You just want to make sure you're getting that return. It's always been, it's interesting, especially this past season, is the defense just doesn't seem to share any of the blame or any of the, frustrations with Cowboys fans. They'll say, well, we had a top 5 defense. Well, stats, just like you guys do on Dak, you can't play both sides of the coin. It can't be good for one and not the other, but stats can be misleading. And I think if you look at the Cowboys defense, we talked a lot about it last night on our show with Mark Holmes, is against when the offense is rolling, the offense jumps out to big leads, the defense is able to pin their ears back and just go ahead and unleash a pass rush and end up dominating. But when the defense gets punched in the mouth, when they start getting run on early, fall behind, maybe the offense isn't clicking right away, the defense kind of got run over, for lack of a better word. And you look at the games against, obviously, the Packers, the Bills, 49ers, the Dolphins, the Cardinals, the games that they lost, they got run on a lot, and the offense wasn't really clicking at a quick rate. There was all lulls. And you look at the Chiefs, like I said, I'm not comparing it, but look, as good as Mahomes was, he wasn't playing his best game in the Super Bowl, but the defense stepped up and kept them in the game. That's why, to me, this team has got to get an identity on defense of toughness, some dog mentality, and I think Mike Zimmer is going to be the man for that job. Now, hopefully, we got to keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully, the Cowboys have a solid draft because, again, they're going to put all their pressure on their draft picks, which I kind of don't agree with. And then also, there are some free agents out there. There are a few guys out there that they can pick up strategically after the draft, get them on the team. So it's like what I tell people. It's like, hey, Mike, predict the record. How do you think the Cowboys are going to do? Well, if I was going to predict the record today with no running game, thin at defense, I would say probably not very good. But I still think this team, when it's all said and done, this team is going to be a playoff team. This team is probably going to be easily double-digit wins, maybe 10, 11, could even go to 12 for the 4th time. What the hell? But I think they're going to be a playoff team. It's just a matter, is his team good enough to get to the next level? And maybe, if you want to be the positive Cowboy fan, is maybe back up against a wall, pressure, pretty much on do or die kind of thing, us against them mentality in the locker room and with the coaching staff, because you got a coach on a 1-year deal, you got a quarterback on a 1-year deal. If they end up riding into the season that way, maybe it's that us against them mentality, us against ownership, us against management, and maybe that's what they need. I'll take whatever. I'm going to look at any silver lining and any hope I can get to make this a positive thing. But what I would say, it would really disappoint me is if they go through the season with Dak and they just let him go and let him walk and you get nothing in return. I'm hoping that's not the case, but if that ends up being the case, it'd be pretty disappointing knowing the capital that you can get with a quarterback. And I saw some of the things out there with New England, and then my man Malik Rozier from the U, who's going to be on Tuesday with J Tuck. We're going to be talking a lot of college football and some draft, getting you guys ready. He tweeted me a scenario they were talking about with the Raiders trading Dak Prescott, and it was for 2 first-round picks. And I said that'd be hard to pass up. I don't think that happened, but that would be pretty hard to pass up. So I know a lot of people call anyone who's not critical and doesn't beat the hell out of Dak Prescott. They call us Dak lovers and this and that. It's not that. He's our quarterback. He's a very good quarterback. He was second in the MVP. He gives us our best chance. If you guys are trying to, enjoy a Super Bowl championship this year coming up, he gives us our best chance. So it's just a matter of getting them pieces around it and let's ride. But we'll see what happens. But again, I just wanted to just shoot a quick morning video. Got my morning coffee with my Cowboys mug. Enjoying everything. So beautiful day in sunny South Florida. Hopefully it'll be a great day, and hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Gonna be some great basketball, college basketball with the Final Four. So it's gonna be great, and you guys enjoy. And again, appreciate all the support, all the love. You guys have a good weekend. Make sure if you didn't do it, you hit that subscribe. Like I said, next week we got a busy week in the cave. We got Tuesday Malik Rozier and J Tuck coming in, and then Thursday, I'm telling you this, Crawford Kerr, former Cowboys offensive lineman, played in the mid '80s into the Jimmy Johnson era. He's got a really good perspective of Tom Landry to Jimmy Johnson, the transition, things that kind of happened. How did that team just transform from what they were to what they became in the '90s? He was a integral part in the storyline. So it's kind of funny. Plus, not many offensive linemen can say that. I mean, he blocked for Tony Dorsett, Herschel Walker, and Emmitt Smith. 2 Hall of Famers. One, Herschel Walker, if he didn't go to the USFL, he probably would have been a Hall of Famer in the NFL. But anyway, so he's got some great stories. Plus, he's a character, great businessman. Did a lot after football, so we're going to get into some of that, some of the business things that he did. I'm in Florida, and I remember Kerr's Wing House. It was our hangout and a favorite spot. Met a lot of Cowboys there in the past. So we're going to get into some of that stuff. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe, like, share. I appreciate it. And hopefully maybe this weekend we'll get some news, some Cowboy news, but I doubt it. Maybe it was, I think it's probably too good to be true. I think it's going to be quiet until after the draft, and then we'll kind of get things rolling a little bit. But they never do a ton in free agency, so we can't be too surprised. So you guys take care. Have a good one.